This is The Hub on Hollywood. I'm James.
I'm Jamie Fett.
And we love movies, and we love Star Wars.
And Star Wars. So today, I don't know if you can tell what we're talking about, James. If you're watching us on YouTube, it's pretty obvious.
Well, yeah, we have Mando and we have Baby Yoda right here. Perfect. For the show.
It's the first episode of the new season of The Mandalorian.
Yeah, that's right. It came out streaming at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and at midnight yesterday morning. And so we watched it. We have our initial thoughts and everything, but overall, and we have Baby Yoda with us, so that's great.
That's right.
But yeah, so, kind of setting the stage of what episode 1 was, everybody's wondering what's going to happen. We know the trailers didn't reveal too many details of what we might see, but this pretty much has Mando and Baby Yoda still on the journey to find the rest of Baby Yoda's species. Mm-hmm. And after getting some information at an underground gladiator fighting rink, they head back to Tatooine, where they're told that where Mando is told another Mandalorian is there who can help them reunite Baby Yoda to a species. But in the episode, we find out that, in fact, it's not another Mandalorian. It's none other than Timothy Olyphant. But he's not Timothy Olyphant. He's playing Cobb Vanth, and he's the marshal of this small town in Tatooine that we haven't seen yet. And so this creates some initial friction between Mando and the Marshal because, of course, he's wearing Boba Fett's armor. It appears to be Boba Fett's armor. And, the only people who are allowed to wear the Mandalorian armor are Mandalorians. So Mando is having none of it. He says he wants that armor back. There's going to be a little fight or whatnot. But then we find out there's a bigger enemy at stake on the prowl, literally. And so Cobb Vanth and Mando, they join forces and they agree. If we are able to defeat this crate dragon that swims through the dirt, then he will give him back his armor. And that's the basis of this episode. And initial thoughts, Jamie? What do you think?
So this is wonderful. Great synopsis. Okay, so what's really great is, we start off, we know that Mando's guild has been wiped out. They're being chased around the galaxy. He's quested to return Yoda to his race. We're looking for the Jedi. There is so much that we can look forward to, but I feel like they didn't give a lot away this first episode. They're pacing themselves, and I really, really appreciate that. And it's just, it's wonderful how many references they get in here, how much nostalgia. You were talking about it opens up with that fight. The Mandalorian and the Baby Yoda walking into that fight with the one-eyed alien who, by the way, I don't know if you know this, played by John Leguizamo.
Yeah, I didn't realize that while watching it until after the fact, but that was impressive.
So the fight is between these aliens from Jabba's palace. There's just so many throwbacks to the original trilogy here. He gets sent to Tatooine, and he lands his ship in the same Mos Eisley hangar that the Millennium Falcon parked in the New Hope. You get to see all of the old creatures. We get to learn more about the Sand People. We see, like you said, when Mando walks into that little town in Tatooine's bar, and he comes face to face, we get the reveal of Boba Fett's armor, but it's not Boba Fett inside. And when they're chasing the crate dragon?
The crate dragon.
The crate dragon. So we see the skull or the skeleton of the crate dragon in the original trilogy as well. So they're pulling all of these really interesting things that you would have loved to have known more about and seen more about. And we're getting to see it, James. So I think it's wonderful. Jon Favreau is a genius. I'm glad that it's looking like the next season is going to be just as strong as the first. So I mean, I can't say enough great things about it. I really can't.
Yeah, I enjoyed how the first episode really kind of set the stage for showing that this is an episodic series where, you're following this main arc of trying to get Baby Yoda back to the species, but at the same time, there are these mini adventures that Mando and Baby Yoda go on.
Yes,
and
I love the side
very
quests.
very reminiscent to the spaghetti westerns,
Yep.
Seven Samurai, where these heroes are wandering around, they come into town and they have to save the locals, and it's an adventure story. And it was really cool that they were able to get the townsfolk and the Tusken Raiders, the Sand People,
work together.
to put their differences aside, to both attack this common enemy, this common threat. And I really liked Timothy Olyphant as the Marshal, Cobb Vanth. I've always liked that actor, both the actor himself and the characters he's played, and he fits like the Western Marshal pretty much to a T. The one thing I would have liked to have seen was the Marshal and Mando kind of going at it. I would have liked to have seen a little Western
More
bar
friction.
hustle back
Yeah,
and forth.
yeah.
Before this Tremors-like monster came into town, but I really liked it. Are we going to go into spoilers?
Oh yeah, I mean, I think we can safely call this a spoiler review. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And so I really liked, of course, people were saying, now we saw Boba Fett's armor in rumors and whatnot leading up to the show, and then you find out, oh, it's not Boba Fett, it's Timothy Olyphant, but he has Boba Fett's armor. So one, that answers the question of like, okay, Boba Fett, he was eventually able to escape the Sarlacc pit, and that's how his armor was discovered by Jawas. And that's the same thing. That's the same thing that happened in the novelization, where this character Cobb Vanth, he comes across the armor, he buys it from the Jawas after they find it. Again, after presumably Boba Fett escapes the Sarlacc pit, which has been rumored for years. And again, in the novelization, we all know Boba Fett escapes. Now it appears, with the very ending of this episode, we see somebody who looks very much like Boba Fett, of course, because, again, he appears to be either the Boba Fett, a clone of Jango Fett, or very well could be another clone soldier that has somehow survived throughout all these years and is now wound up on Tatooine. But we get that last shot of Tamira Morrison reprising his role as again, possibly Boba Fett. And so that was really great to see. And you just know he wants his armor back, probably. Yeah. And so very likely he's going to be interacting with Mando in the future. Yeah. Still don't know, a hints of what is going to be coming up in the future episodes. But, that's a really good, lays really good groundwork for potential interactions between both.
No, I think it's fantastic. So, yes, Boba Fett alive, or is he? Exactly like you said, we don't know if it's exactly Boba Fett. We don't know if it's heavily insinuated that it is, and that he sees Mando leaving at the end of the episode with his armor off in the distance, looking worse for wear. So the timeline here, this is about 4 years after the fall of the Empire, which we also get to see a little bit of, as we're getting the background story of the Marshal and seeing the explosion at the end of The Last Jedi, and then obviously there was that power vacuum. They talk about the power vacuum once the Empire was gone, immediately filled with lawlessness. And I love that. I love getting background for this universe and making it feel more real and all of that, while still getting all the classic characters and stuff that we're used to. So what do you think? What do you think? Is it Boba Fett, and are we going to see more of him now? I think that Jon Favreau's been kind of hinting that we're not going to see the culmination of this character until season 3, because they're already guaranteed a season 3. So I think they have the ability to take their time. They have that luxury. And I am luxuriating in that luxury, because we get this really well-paced, thorough story with lots of details and investigating different directions. We didn't see Moff Gideon and his black lightsaber. We didn't see Ashoka Tano yet, who's going to be played by Rosario Dawson. So what do you think as far as Boba Fett?
I think very likely that is Boba Fett. It could be a clone, but with clone popping up on Tatooine, I think that would be kind of weird and it doesn't make sense as to why. But of course, Boba Fett, he died supposedly on Tatooine, so it makes perfect sense that that's going to be him. I feel like it is going to be him, and so it's going to be interesting to see what happens, because Boba Fett is not a real Mandalorian either. If he wants his armor back, that's gonna be another interesting discussion with Mando, because as Mando's initial problem with Timothy Olyphant was, you're not Mandalorian, you can't wear that armor. Neither is Boba Fett, and so that's gonna be interesting. I know we have a lot of Baby Yoda in this episode right here, but in the actual episode, Baby Yoda, even though very cute in all the scenes that he's in, used sparingly, not Baby Yoda centric episode.
Right. Where were you in the episode? We were looking for you. But used sparingly, like you said, but very cutely. Lots of reaction shots, hiding in the little pod at the beginning of the episode, getting scared with the crate dragon who lives in the Sarlacc pit. So, yep, I think there's still a lot of Baby Yoda to come, but I think that they're not letting it overwhelm the story itself. I really appreciate... hang on, baby. Yoda's trying to take her ears off. I appreciate the Sarlacc pit thing and how fun it was as they were fighting the Krayt Dragon, all the different ways that they were trying. They really got some good humor in there, and they're having fun with it. And I think that's something that was sort of missing from the last trilogy of movies, was just the fun.
Yeah,
was
the
just
adventure.
The appealing to that. The child inside of us part, and not going in such a dark direction. So no, I'm thrilled with that.
Yeah.
And
So
I'm sure there'll be plenty
excited.
more Baby Yoda.
Yeah, this has left me, just hungry for more. I'm excited. Again, the whole cast, they feel like this is going to be a really good season, continuing the story. So I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, initial thoughts. I thought it was a good start. I may have been expecting a little more, as in story plot line. We're gonna have to wait for that. But overall, as a good episode, as a self-contained episode, I really enjoyed it. So let us know what you think. Have you seen episode 1 yet of season 2, The Mandalorian? Was it everything you hoped for? Were you hoping for more, or did it hit all the nostalgia buttons for you? Let us know. Comment down below. You can follow us on Instagram, on Twitter at Hub on Hollywood. Also on Facebook and on YouTube. Please subscribe, please like, and let us know what you think. Are you dressing up as Baby Yoda or Mando or the Marshal? The Marshal, I think, is going to be another popular cosplay costume coming up. So, because Timothy Olyphant, he nailed his role. So that was pretty cool.
I'm gonna go spray my Mandalorian armor right now, and just anecdotally. We were talking about how this could, this is really great for the intense fans who love all the little nostalgia factors in the back, and the casual fans who, they don't know anything about the universe, but they can still enjoy the story. My husband being one of those casual fans, and he was asking me, isn't Brienne of Tarth a Boba Fett? I'm like, excuse me? What? Is Brienne of Tarth a Boba Fett? I don't even understand what do you mean? Boba Fett. She's a trooper, but this has nothing to do with that. Anyways, but even people like my husband enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. So tell us what you think, like James said, and send us any of your Baby Yoda pictures. Follow the Hub on Hollywood, and we will make more fun videos like this. We can't wait to hear from you. We can't wait for you to watch The Mandalorian, and have a happy Halloween.
All right.
This is the way, James.
Until next week, I'm James.
I'm Jamie. Fett.
Bye.